What is it do you like about Coke?
I love the smell of it.
It's raw. It's raw every goddamn year.
Yes,
Lord.
CIRV'N raw, goddamn it.
Subscribe to Serving It Raw, and let's keep it
all the way funky, uncut, raw. Serving it raw, just like my boy Gutter Kane.
Yes, Lord. You done tapped into Serving It Raw podcast where the convo stays so raw it don't need no cut. I'm your host, Gutter Kane, the Gutter Man, and today I'm excited to welcome this new artist. She's a fresh face bringing funk back to the forefront with a sound that blends infectious bass lines, soulful melodies, and endurable swagger. Serving it raw. I want to give a big round of applause for BLU. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm chilling.
Good, thank you for having me.
This was something that was supposed to been happening.
Long time in the making.
Yes. But I'm glad I'm finally able to hook up with you, and we're gonna dive in.
Yeah.
Give you your flowers and let people know what you're doing with the whole funk movement.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty. So we're gonna start from the roots. Okay. So I want you to tell me a little bit about your hometown and how growing up shaped your sound and and your outlook as an artist.
Yeah. So I'm kind of from all over the place at this point. I was born in Dallas, Texas. I only lived there about 2 years, so I don't remember that much, but I still got a little of that Southern in me. And I grew up mostly in Durango, Colorado, and Bend, Oregon. Okay. My mom has been an incredible jazz vocalist my whole life. And so I grew up watching her on stage, doing her little ski bop doobie doos. And I just always really admired her and her incredible abilities. And on the other side of that, my dad always listened to funk and was big on P-Funk and George Clinton and Bootsy and all those cats. And so I was always listening to those records and those CDs. And between the jazz influence and the funk, like I just got jazz funked. And so that's what inspired me. And I just love the way, jazz and funk are so intertwined because they both require a certain amount of like, don't give a damn. Yep. like you really got to let loose. You got to rip up your cool card. You got to download from the aliens and not give a damn what people think about it. And really go crazy with either genre. So I always really, I tuned into that, and that's kind of been my thing. So that's been what has influenced my upbringing. Really, is my parents.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Now thinking back to your early days growing up, and the moment when music became more than just something that you listened to.
Yeah.
When did you know like that was going to become the path that you wanted to follow?
To be honest, I think it had a lot to do with the fact that I'm a millennial. So like I grew up in the 90s and MTV was like actually showing music during those days. So, I remember sitting in front of the big box set and watching, music videos, specifically like the pop artist Pink. Yep. Was a huge inspiration for me. I loved pop music, but specifically like her, and yet again the don't give a damn attitude. Like she was very much about that, is very much about that, and she's a strong, woman. And I was like, I need to be that. Like that's who I am. And for a long time, I was calling myself PYG, which was Pink's younger generation. that was like I wrote a school essay about it, like the
now,
things I was gonna do.
Now, Pink being one of your influences, is that kind of where you got the BLU?
Yeah, it is a little bit. I just love the one word, the title. I love the color blue. But I thought that was, instead of being like some weird, PYG weirdness, like I would just be a color myself. So
okay,
that's part of that for sure.
That's a good idea. That was nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I know the industry has changed a lot. We've gone from streaming platforms. We got the NFTs, and then we got the new tech. So how do you see those shifts impacting artists, especially when it comes to getting paid fairly and owning your work?
Well, it's funny you mentioned NFTs because I've kind of been me and this group I work with called the Fame Lady Society. We've kind of like headed the NFT music movement
Yeah.
within Web3. And I mean, we were there from the beginning of NFTs, really. Like we've been kind of like the head force of the music movement within NFTs. And so I've been working with NFTs for, I mean, years now, since it became a popular thing.
Okay.
And I strongly advocate for artists creating their own NFTs and using, the blockchain to push their music and to make money, because when it comes to like making money in this industry, like the traditional ways, you kind of get screwed over a lot. And like with streaming, with record deals, like all these things, like every artist knows that you are never the one that wins, really. Like the most of us don't win.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the lottery. Like it's very rare that you're going to come up on an opportunity where you actually hit it big.
Yes.
So NFTs really gives you, and just Web3 in general, like digital items really make it so that you can benefit and get and kind of be crowdfunded in a way.
Okay. Got it.
And so I'm all for it. When we kind of move over to like the AI chat of that, like, because I feel like NFTs and Web3 kind of go hand in hand with AI these days. And a lot of people group them together in like a big scary monster that's like trying to take over artistry.
Yes.
But I think that they are tools, just like anything, just like any new technology. And when used by the artist, can be such a huge, benefit to your career. And I don't think AI is ever going to take over the world. I don't think it's ever going to replace artists. Timbaland be off here doing some like creating these AI artists that are, he's like, I'm producing this artist that's AI, and it's like, no, you're not. Like that, who's getting paid there? You are still getting paid. Like it's not a real artist, and they'll never be as good as real artists. You can always tell when it's an AI singer. Like it's not like, it's not raw, it's not organic. It's cool. It's a cool technology. And I use AI every day. Like I use ChatGPT all the time for many millions of things, for lyric writing, for, producing beats, like all these different things. It's a huge tool, but that's all it is to me. That's all these things are, is like a tool to benefit the artist. And that's how it should be used.
Now, do you think that using chat to write lyrics, do you feel that takes away from the artist?
I think that you should use it as inspiration.
Okay.
I don't think you should be like, write me these lyrics and then use those verbatim. I think that like, and here's another thing is like ChatGPT and AI tools don't write very good lyrics. Like you can always tell when that shit is from AI. It's like the breeze and the wind flowed eloquently through the trees. Like it's some dumb shit, like, and so you gotta take the concept of like, give me some lyrics for a rap song about, comparing love to nature. And it'll give you like the dumbest, the most cheesiest shit you've ever seen. But maybe one line in there is like, oh shit, I never thought of it like that. And then you take that one line and go, like, it's an inspiration, like it helps your stream of consciousness kind of bloom. And so that's the only way I would use that. It's like, I don't think people should be out here using them verbatim or using AI for like verbatim, any of that,
Which I know some people have, but I understand exactly what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, so people do it. People are always going to do it because, lazy people are always going to take shortcuts.
And I feel like that's kind of how we're having such a, a drastic hit when you talk about hip hop.
Absolutely.
Okay, now I want to switch gears a little bit because
Sure.
let's talk about your single. Okay.
Cool.
Funkin' Love. Such a vibe. Okay. Now, it is such a vibe, and also what inspired that track? And and what was it like working with the one and only Bootsy Collins?
Yes, sir. So I mean, Bootsy inspired that track, just straight up. Like, it's funny because I had been doing this 100 days of duets a few years ago, where for 100 days straight I did just like some little 60-second, 1 minute, 1 to 2 minute clip of me duetting some artist or some beat maker or something
Yeah.
on the internet. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I did 100 days of those. And I think it was like day 14 or 15. I did like an original kind of freestyle thing that I did over like some random funky beat. And I wore some like star shades and the Club Funketeers t-shirt just because I was wearing it. It's like just something I had on. And he, I guess, found that video and like hit me up and was like, "Hey, Blue, like I think we need a collab or something." And I was like, "Oh my God." Absolutely. I'm
Okay.
melting inside. So, because that's, he's my hero. So when your hero says, "Let's do something," you do it.
Yeah.
So I immediately got to work finding the right beat for it and writing that song, my parts at least,
Hmm.
and sending it to him. Like, I think within a week, I sent him that. And he, within like another week, he sent his stuff back. And then it took like, I think it was like 2 years until it came out, this last May, I think. Because we were going back and forth and finding different people to help produce it and make it better and smooth it out and like do all these things. And we got West Coast Stone to do some talk walks on it, and he
Hmm.
kind of helped master it. um and so then it finally became like what I would consider perfect, and then we let that bird fly.
Hey, that was a perfect bird.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I'm
So we
proud of
got.
that bird.
So can we expect some more stuff between y'all two, or
I
even
think
you and Drew
so.
down?
Yeah, I think so. He's been like he was insanely busy the last 2 years with his album. So he's been kind of doing that, and his album's amazing. Number one Funketeer.
Yes.
And but yeah, I've got an arsenal of things I'm ready to send him soon. So we'll see. It's Bootsy, so you send him stuff and he's either like nah or yeah. So he
Well,
knows his creative direction very well.
I also want to see you collab with Cocaine. I've been said that, but I definitely and he's
I'm
been
on it too. I'm
yeah.
trying.
But I think that space, I think you're doing very well. Like that, bringing the way you bring funk back into the music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've even had a chance to see a few of your like live performances that you've posted on Instagram. So
Yeah, with my
I
funk band.
yes, so I tell people, hey, go to Blue, check out her videos on Instagram. You'd like
Yeah,
to, yeah, it's
appreciate
one of
that.
those, yeah, it's one of those peaceful vibes. So if you're dealing with a lot of trauma or issues, this would definitely relax you. It gives you a very peaceful vibe and stuff like that. So
Amen.
yeah. Now, out of all the songs that you've written, because at first I would assume that it would be Funk and Love, but I don't want to assume that. So I'm just going,
Sure.
okay. Is there one that is especially close to your heart?
I mean, you're pretty right on the money. That's definitely, if not number one, like top three for sure.
Okay.
Another one would probably be Funkdify, which it's streaming on all platforms.
Okay.
And it's one of Bootsy loved it. He was like, he was trying to say like, let's remix this, let's do this again. And I'm not opposed to it because that would be sick. But that's one of my favorite tunes. And I do that with my funk band because I've got two bands. I've got the trio, the like more calm, um, lower energy, the peaceful one. And then I've got a big 7-piece funk band.
Okay.
And so we do that song, and it's always a crowd favorite, and people love that tune. So there's something about it that just hits people right. And I love when songs do that. That's what makes a song my favorite, is when has a really nice effect on people and they love it.
Yes. Oh, hey, I want you to keep grinding. Like I swear, don't I don't want you to stop at all.
No, I can't. The mothership will not allow it.
I know, baby Bubba. Yes, baby Bubba.
Yep.
All right, now this is one. Now this one's tough. Okay, this is my tough.
Okay.
My most depends on how you look at it. It's one of my most difficult questions to ask. But
I'm gonna sip my coffee.
yes, if you had to name your top 5 favorite rappers.
Rappers. Okay.
Yep. Who's on that list?
Okay. Rappers. Damn. Okay. Kendrick Lamar comes to mind.
Okay.
Tupac.
Okay.
Let's see. Snow the Product.
Oh my gosh, she's so underrated.
Mm-hmm. Chris Calico.
Okay.
Is that 4?
Shit. I think that's
So
that's
I need one more.
Yeah, you need one more.
Shit. Okay.
Chris is somebody I want to see you collab with too.
Yeah, we actually have a song. We have a couple songs out together.
Okay.
Yes. But yeah, we need to collab again for sure. We need to do something like that. Was more those songs were like part of kind of a thing he was doing. So they weren't like actual legit collabs. And I want a legit collab.
Gotcha.
So okay, number 5. Shit. I want to choose another girl because I feel like female rappers don't get enough clout. Shit, that's hard. Okay, you were right. That's hard.
I tell you, I get them every time with that one.
You know who I'm gonna say? You know who I'm gonna say right now because
but you did put Snow. You put Snow in there.
I did, okay.
And
I got another one. I got one more for you because she's a homegirl of mine, and I love her shit, and I love her, and that's Lady Dice.
Hey, I interviewed Lady Dice.
I know, and she deserves another shout out.
And look, I was going to say this earlier when you was naming the places that you stayed, and you said Bend, Oregon.
Bend, yeah.
I was about to be like, it's something about Bend because y'all two are some remarkable artists. Like y'all are like it's almost like y'all don't have like a single lane. Mm-hmm. Y'all are like a compact of a lot of stuff, and I get that from her, and I also get that from you. You know, it's like I say it funk, and primarily some of the music that you do is funk, but I've heard you sing, I've heard you rap, I've heard you do a lot of things, like and the same thing with her. So I'm like, y'all got something in the water down there in Bend that
I think so. It's a melting pot for sure.
Okay. Well, in this case, then. Okay, now name your top 5 favorite artists.
Okay, that's a little easier. That's a lot easier.
Yeah, that's technically what I probably should have started with.
No, I like rapper because that actually made me think more, especially for someone like me who's like not primarily a rapper. Like I rap, but I wouldn't call myself like a rap artist.
Yeah, I got you.
So it's a great question. It made my brain do some like little new synopses. So artist number 1, Bootsy, okay. Like forever. 2, Pink.
Okay.
3 would be probably Jamiroquai. I don't know if anybody knows who that is, but they're an amazing like acid jazz funk band. Mm-hmm. System of a Down. And then let's see, I think that's 3 or 4. That's 4. 5 would be probably P-Funk, probably George Clinton. Honestly.
Look, if you would have said somebody else, I was gonna say, where does George Clinton fall in there?
Yeah, he's in there. He up there.
That's what's up.
Yep.
Not old George Clinton.
Yeah, he up there.
Now, if you could collaborate with any artist, past or present, who would it be and why? Because I mean, you already got one knocked out. which would be Bootsy. So
I think and if I could put a sixth on that list, it would be Stevie Wonder. And I think I would collab with him
oh, I could definitely see that.
because he's incredible.
Ooh, that would be a
His music is life changing. Either that or like maybe Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Actually, I can see you doing a collaboration with both of those artists. Like that would be a
Let's
nasty.
do it. Let's do some like We Are the World type shit.
That would be a nice one.
Get everybody in that room.
They actually need to do another We Are the World.
I know. Yeah. Let's do it. We need Michael back.
What's your thoughts on the current state of the music industry right now?
I think that we're in a weird place where we're kind of between, and I think this kind of actually is true, not just in music, but in the world in general, the social construct of the world and political and ecological, every state of the world. We are in a place of realizing that the shit we've been doing and the way things have been are not working. And it's not, none of it's benefiting the majority of the people, and we're getting tired of it. And I don't think we're in a place yet where it's like a full like people are getting up and doing shit about it like we need to. Like, for instance, to be more specific about the music industry, like we are still as artists being handed these contracts that are backhanded and don't have the artist in mind, and basically want to own everything that you do and say without offering you anything in return, and it's all in good faith. Which isn't even a real legal term. So if you ever get a contract, just for anybody out there listening, if you ever get a contract that has the term good faith in it, run. Because that is the most biggest bullshit term ever. And what it means is like, we can screw you over and you can't do anything about it. And then we get to decide what's nice or not. And every label does this to artists, like almost every single one. I've never seen a contract that wasn't like that. And I think what artists can do, going back to NFTs and that whole thing, is kind of like, run your own shit. You don't need a label anymore. You've got social media, you've got TikTok, you've got Instagram, you've got Web3, like you've got all these outlets and tools to run your own business and to blow up. Like you could absolutely blow up if you get your marketing right and your content right and you hit that, that right algorithm. Like, you do not need a label to get seen anymore. And we need to be scaring the shit out of labels, is what I think. Like, we need to be scaring the shit out of these huge corporations that steal from the creators, by making them realize that we don't need them. And so, I've been offered contracts that I wanted to sign so badly because it would have meant being associated with and working with some of my biggest, heroes.
What stopped you?
The good faith type of things, those things in the contract that say, we own everything that you do and we get to say what you do with it. We could put you on hold. We could make you not release music. Just all the control. It's a system of control.
Okay.
That doesn't benefit the artist, and they want you to think it does, and maybe it does to a certain extent, but the people that create the art should be entirely in control of the art. And I truly believe that. So, that's why I said no to those contracts. It's like, yeah, maybe it could have blasted my views and my listens and my streams and blah, blah, blah. But if I'm not in control of what I'm doing, I don't love it anymore.
Oh, yeah. Now, have any of those contracts tried to change who you were, like, as an artist? Like, maybe like your appearance or the type, well, not just the type of music, but like maybe your appearance.
No, not necessarily, but there's always sneaky little pieces in contracts that kind of insinuate that they can if they want to. Basically these things say that at any time we can say yay or nay on anything. So it's like when it comes to the court of law, if you were to say, oh, well, it doesn't say like I have to change my appearance, they could absolutely argue that it says that. Like there's all these like these terms and these conditions that are so unclear that any insanely good lawyer, which all these industries, all these labels and everything, they have insanely good lawyers that you cannot afford, that can twist these things perfectly to their advantage, always. And when I went to audio school, audio engineering school, and one of the courses I was taking was audio business, and basically the entirety of it was don't sign shit. Like, just don't sign shit ever because you're going to get screwed. And, you know, there's millions of instances in the industry of how many times have people been screwed.
Is it even possible to get a real good contract?
No. No. Don't do it.
So just stay independent.
Stay independent. Stay in your lane. Always. You know, and it hurts. But you know what hurts less is being free and having control of your shit and owning your shit. Always own your own shit. Own your own masters. Own your writing. Own your lyrics. Own your likeness. Own your IP. You know, don't let people run you. And that is, I can't express that more. That is my biggest thing for artists, is like, do not let other people run you.
Damn. Okay.
Period.
So that would be that would definitely be the advice that you would give to new artists that's coming in the game.
Yep.
Is there anything that if you could talk to your younger self, would there be anything on top of that you would add into?
Yeah, I would. I mean, and this may go hand in hand with that, but like, trust yourself. You know, like, trust your intuition and trust your vision. And someone you can look to that I look to is Rick Rubin, who's one of the biggest producers of all time.
Yeah, Def Jam.
Yeah, and he would say you can't let other people into your head ever. Creatively, like in business, in anything, like you have to. It fucks up your destiny and it fucks up your fate. And so you have to only you have to create an echo chamber in your head, and for good or for bad, honestly. Like, you have to only listen to yourself. And when you have a solid opinion on anything, then you can allow other influences, because you don't want to be deaf to the world, you know, like you want to hear other people out. It's important to hear other people out and to get other people's opinions. But you need to be so strong in your belief system that you can't be easily swayed and you can't be easily, you know, discouraged from your path and your artistry and your person. And if I could have learned that sooner, damn. Like,
you showing that one.
Yeah.
I tried to do music too. It didn't work for me though. Whew.
It's never too late.
Hell no. Look, I'm too good for the podcast at this point. Well, hey, before we wrap, what's next for you? Is there any projects, tours, or collabs on the way that you're really excited about?
Yeah, I've been working a bunch with Dom Brady. I don't know if you know who that is. He's an incredible funk, R&B, pop producer. He's worked with Bootsy. He's worked with West Coast Stone.
Shout out to West Coast Stone, man.
Yeah, shout out to West Coast Stone, my homie. Yeah. He's just down the block. He's in Seattle.
Yeah.
I'm living in Port Townsend, Washington, so I'm like almost to Canada at this point.
Yeah, you way up there.
I'm like slowly working my way out of this fucking country. Just like little by little. I'm gonna get on a boat soon.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I'm working on an EP with Dom, and It is so fire. And we have a single out right now called Hoping. It's at the top of my artist page if you ever go check it out.
Okay.
And it's doing great. And that's going to be part of the EP. We've got another single out coming September, so next month,
Okay.
called Somebody Like You. And then a couple more after that, and we'll put out an EP. And then we'll do a holiday tune. Me and Stone always do a holiday tune too. So we've got some funk Christmas tunes. So that's what I'm working on. And I've got, I don't know if you know Norkin for Life.
Yeah.
We've got a tune coming out too. So I'm collabing right now. I'm working on my album. It's going to be a full collaboration album. It'll be coming out probably next year. And it's called Color Theory. And every song will be based on like a color. And every song will be working with some artist. So this will be my first album ever as my own artist. And I want it to be with other people because that's kind of the point to everything I do is to love and, collaborate with other people and bring people together. So that's what I'm doing.
All righty. Well, hey, I'm excited for you. Like I said, you're a phenomenal artist. I love your personality. I love your energy. And so from CIRV'N IT RAW and Gutter Kane, I want to give you your flowers. Like right now, I already know what you're going to end up doing musically. And so I want you to keep grinding, keep pushing and stuff like that. We're always tapped in. So, we can definitely do this again, but I wanted to give your fans, a little insight on everything that you've, done so far.
Absolutely.
Can you let people, let my viewers and listeners and stuff, let people know how they can reach you?
Yeah, I'm on all platforms. I'm at blue_is_you. Blue is you all over. TikTok, Instagram, everywhere. And you can find me. And on Spotify, I'm Blue. Good luck finding me there because it's hard. That's my bad. But go to my Instagram or TikTok and you will find the links to that shit. So that's where you can find me.
I'll also have it in the description box.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All righty. So big shout out to all my viewers and listeners for tapping into another episode of CIRV'N IT RAW. Hope you enjoyed the ride. If you did, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and drop a comment below. Let us know what you think. You can always catch us on all your favorite streaming platforms, and we'll be back with another fire episode. I want to thank Blue for joining us today and giving us her insight on her music. You know what I'm saying? Keeping funk alive. All right. But until then, enjoy your weekend and stay solid. Peace.
Just make sure the coke fire. Told the jeweler cut some links and bring the gold higher.